Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Natalie and I hate how I say my name. I'm Natalie and today I'm going to go through the books that I want to read this year. To be fair, like they've been on my TBR for years, if I'm honest. Like one of them is from like 2021. I've had these books for ages. I always say I'm going to read it and I never do, and now I can't buy books until I read these ones because it's just getting out of hand at this point and they just keep getting pushed back. But I do really want to read them. So in 2024, I need to read these books. I'm going to start with this one because this is one that I'd seen so many people speak about, saying it wasn't cringy, and even when I posted it on Instagram there were so many people that were like, I'm saying so many people, there was a good few people that were saying that they also wanted to read it, so to let them know how it is. And that is 7 Days in June by Tia Williams, and I think I completely got the wrong end of the stick with this book from the blurb. I'm enjoying it but I'm not enjoying it at the same time. Like I think some of the themes in it are a bit very heavy and just not really necessarily what I want to read about, if I'm honest. Like I like it for like an escapism, but a lovely escapism, and to dream of like a life that I don't have, and this isn't the sort of life I want to aspire to have. I do think that it probably does touch on like important topics, but it's just not for me. It's not a hard read at all. Like there's been books where like I've genuinely been like, oh, like I'm actually struggling to read this. I'm not struggling to read this one. I'm actually finding it quite easy. There are parts of this book that I do really like, so I don't want to like discourage anyone from reading it because there's actually nothing wrong with the book. The next one on my TBR is Get a Life, Chloe Brown, and this, I'll probably have to restart this book. I think I got quite a bit in it before when I was reading this, and I was reading this in 2022, and then I think like I was eating, and obviously, you know, like the book can be a bit raunchy, but I was eating and I was reading it, and then there was like a particular part that I read where I was just like, ugh, like while I was eating, it just actually made me feel sick. And since then I've really struggled to keep reading the book. I was enjoying the book, but I just got put off my food at that part, and that put me off the book in turn. But Get a Life, Chloe Brown, I believe that, yeah, they're English. She's got a disability. I can't remember exactly what it was, but she has a disability, and Red is like the like caretaker of the building that she's moved into and stuff, and it's showing her independence from her family. They end up falling for each other, just kind of going through like her like bucket list. It is actually quite a nice book, to be fair, so I want to read this because I do have the rest of the trilogy, and I want to read the rest of it. Like it's a good book and I've only actually ever seen good things about it. I think I just need to restart from the beginning and go again, and yeah, I'm sure I'll love it. The next book that I really want to try is Magnolia Parks. This is by Jessa Hastings, and we're really keeping it up with the British at the moment, but what I've heard of this is that it's very much like a British Gossip Girl. And like if you're not watching Gossip Girl right now, what are you doing? Because I feel like once it hits September, October, put on Gossip Girl, and I've been watching it since and going through it again. So I'm excited to read this and have that feeling but a London vibe to it instead. I have started reading this like before one time, and I got up to like page 30 and I just didn't end up getting into it, but I think that's because of I started reading it on a flight and I was sleeping. But I'm excited for this one, like just reading about rich kids. Like sometimes it's fun because what a different life they lead. So another book I've really wanted to read is Set on You by Amy Lee. And just like a side note, get this, like get your books from the works. This went down to £3 from £8.99. like what a bargain. I've been wanting to read this for the longest time. Like literally since last year I've been wanting to read this and I just never have. It's about a like fitness influencer, and she meets a guy at the gym, and I think they like each other, but they end up running into each other at their grandparents' engagement party. So I don't really know what happens. Apparently a picture of them goes viral and stuff like that, and then obviously it's online, so they probably getting some hate and stuff like that too. I just feel like this is just going to be like an easy read, so yeah. And it does say on the back, fresh, fun and extremely sexy, so we'll see. This is another one that's been on my list for ages, and it is One of the Girls, and It's a thriller. It says a Greek island, a tide of secrets, one killer holiday. We know someone's dying. So it says, we were all dying for a holiday, a beautiful remote island, blood orange sunsets, towering cliff top views, and a building swell of lies between friends, but who would kill for it? I couldn't even tell you what. Whoa, the conversion rate is nuts. This is £8.99 in the UK, and in Canadian dollars, $21.99. I've been wanting to read this for ages, and I think like all the times I've gone on holiday since 2022, I think I've brought it with me, not touched it once, but that changes this year. I will read this one this year. I've also got Love is a Revolution by Renee Watson, and again it's young adult, so that's probably why I've struggled with this one. And I feel like this whole thing has just basically been books that I've started reading and just didn't finish. Love is a Revolution, I started to get through, oh gosh, I started to get through this, and I think I was starting to struggle because I was like, babe, like, why are you lying so much? Like, just tell the truth at this point. Like, it's not even, the lies weren't even that serious, so it's like you could have just told the truth. Like, there was no point behind the lie, and that was just frustrating me. This is where Nala goes to her cousin, who she also lives with, Amani's, like, this group that she's part of, and I think it's all about just like, you know, like black children and like them just being together and maybe talk about experiences and like black heroes and stuff like that. But she goes to one, and then she meets Ty, which is like her little fool thing and stuff, and she really likes him, but she's just lying to him to be the person that she thinks he wants her to be. I'm sure like by the end of it, this comes with like a really good story of like loving yourself and being true to yourself and stuff like that. So I guess that's a cute aspect, but just all in all, I struggle with young adult books anyway. Like, they're just not for me. But there was actually nothing wrong with the book itself, it's just me. It's actually just me. But I do see so many people say like great things about this, so it's like I need to give things a chance and get to the end, because sometimes it's like I may not enjoy like the book itself, but I get to the end and I'm like, do you know what, like I actually like the whole book overall because I finished it. So yeah, and again, beautiful cover, like beautiful gowns. And then my absolute final one is The Long Dark Road. I've had this since I even think 2021. I've had this one since, and this again I think is like a drama, a British like thriller, like, but I'm saying a British drama because, you know, if you're from England, you know, if there's one thing the Brits can do, it's like a good like series, like a little good crime series and stuff, and I got that vibe from this book. Like, this is something I'd expect to see on BBC, where it's like once a week, 9 p.m. a woman's 19-year-old daughter goes missing, and I don't think the police are doing a good enough job, so she's like, well, I'm gonna get on the case my damn self and see what happens to my child. Let me read the blurb, because I'm saying that might not even be what happens. So, Dr. Georgia Healy can't grieve. Her 19-year-old daughter went for a walk 2 years ago and vanished. 2 years ago? I thought it was like a month, I thought it was like a couple days in. The police never found Stephanie's body. The case has gone cold, but Georgia can't let it go. She knows Stephanie's out there somewhere. On the anniversary of Stephanie's disappearance, Georgia's ready to reinterrogate university students, lecturers, past boyfriends, everyone. She treads the exact path where Stephanie disappeared, yet the shocking truth is even more than she can handle. No one follows the long dark road without paying the price. That sounds so interesting. This might be my next book afterwards. It probably won't be, but it might be, because that sounds really interesting. I really like these like investigating sort of ones. I think they're good. There was another one that I read, and again it was a British one. There's something about the Brits when it comes to like investigating and like detective sort of crime ones, where that's their bag and they need to stick to that. I really do think. I can't wait to read it. So I don't even know why I've put this off so much, because there's nothing about this book that screams something I wouldn't be interested in. But yeah, we'll see. And the cover is just like it just really adds to the theme of the book, doesn't it? So that is all the books that are on my TBR for this year, and I have to finish them this year, start them this year, whatever the case may be. Yeah, so I really want to try these books this year. I'm actually really excited for them, and reading the blurbs has kind of got that excitement back to read them, so hopefully I'll get into them straight away and finish them. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. Bye.